Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Poly channel. This video I want to share about Global Lab update for 7 February 2025 maintenance update. But be noticed, all content on this Global Lab video was recorded on Global Lab server, so this is all content that will update on our live server in future, and mostly all this update will implement on Korea live server next week maintenance update, and following outside Korea server if they already feel this content already ready to release outside Korea server globally. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, this is official website for Global Lab update at 7 February 2025. First feature update on this week Global Lab update is about class balancing. First, about some improvement for emergency escape skill. In future, Prebis will extend invisibility stat when you using this emergency escape skill. Your character becomes still invisible for a while after they transform to become character again. But be careful, falling damage still apply even you still in form of soul during this emergency escape skill, and you still can take falling damage and die when using this skill. And also during emergency escape, you also still take damage from existing debuff like bleeding, pain damage, and etc. And about stamina recovery during emergency escape has been changed to become regen very slow. But after you back to character appearance, stamina regeneration will back to normal again. Okay, next about class balancing. On this week Global Lab update, Prebis just implement PvE damage buff for almost all class. And in future, they also aim to enhance PvE damage for main skill in future. But for this week Global Lab update, they will introduce PvE damage buff for some class, either for warrior, ranger, sorceress, berserker, tamer, musa, mehwa, valkyrie, wizard, witch, striker, lan, nova, sage, corsair, drakania, wosa, megu, dosa, and deadeye class. And overall for this change on this week, they just reduce skill cooldown for some class Rabam skill to become more faster compared than before, increasing some PvE damage for some skill, and also reducing skill damage when you using it during cooldown. And for more detail for all this skill, you can check on this video description that I already put link for this translated website on this video description, because if I explain it one by one, this will take this video to become very long for all this skill update, so you can check it yourself for your favorite class for all these change. But special for Sage, Corsair, Dosa, and Deadeye class, there are no PvE damage buff for this class. Mostly they just fix some issue for their skill. And next feature update is about Arena of Solare. In future, effect when you destroying some buff on this Arena of Solare will not apply for party member anymore, but only apply for individual character who activate this buff on Arena of Solare. And next, they just remove some coral on some area on Black Desert, and there are 7 islands that got remove its coral following on this list. Either on Ilia Island that they just remove big coral near Wharf Manager NPC, partial coral when you entering center for this Deling Heart Island, and then they also just remove coral near this Eberden Island, so your ship will not stuck anymore when sailing near this area. And then for Tulu Island, they just trim some coral on this area so you can see NPC building more easy compared than before. And then range for these 2 islands on Pujara Island, they just make some room for both of these islands to become more wider than before, so your ship can slip on this area more smoothly compared than before. And then for Low Rufe Island, they also just trim some coral on this area so you can sailing more smoothly on this location. And then for Almai Island, near Pirate area, they also just trim some coral on this area. And the next future update is big update for Blue Gear Karak. After this update come, you can sell any Blue Gear Karak to central market. That previously to get this Blue Gear Karak, you need to purchase it using Crowcoin for some material and craft it yourself. So after this update, you can get it from central market if someone sell it. And any Blue Gear Karak that can be sell is any type of Karak, including any part for this Blue Gear Karak, either Canon, Sail, Pro, and Plating. And this is stable list price for this Blue Gear Karak for its enhancement level from +0 until +10. And this is stable for lower limit for this Blue Gear Karak price that have lower limit around 5.7 million silver until 8.75 million silver for +10. Meanwhile, upper limit for this Blue Gear Karak from +0 is 23 billion silver until 35 billion silver for +10. But when this update come, on the middle of this table, this is price list when this update implement to our live server, and for sure this price will be increase and decrease depend on market supply and demand on your region server, but at least you already know maximum price and minimum price for this price fluctuation on central market for this Blue Gear Karak for its enhancement level. And if you need some guide to craft Blue Gear Karak by your own, you can check this special playlist for crafting Blue Gear Karak that you can find this playlist link on this video description. And then they also just improve some item description for any item related with Great Ocean content, especially source information to get them. And next, some future improvement for snowboarding content, even snowboarding event or the end, since last week maintenance update. But as Prebis already promised, they will expand this snowboarding area on another location for another track. And Prebis just mentioned this track will become more thrilling compared than previous track. And this is how it's look for this track for this snowboarding that more challenging compared than before. Because this track will become more sloppy and also less wide compared with previous track. And same as previous track, you can do some experiment to find some shortcut on this snowboarding track to get the fastest route to reach finish line. And to go to top on this new snowboarding track, Lando NPC will sell another flare item to go to top area for this new snowboarding track. And they also just improve this snowboarding that you can do this snowboarding without equipping any weapon. And then some improvement for Dekia Lantern Monster Zone, either Crescent Temple Dekia Lantern Tier 1, that you can get some loot when defeating specific monster that previously didn't drop any trash loot. So I think by this update, you can get more silver from this additional trash loot. And then number hit required to defeat some spirit monster on this Crescent Temple Dekia Lantern Tier 1 just reduced to become half compared than before. And then for this monster will disappear after certain amount of time if not being killed. And be careful for this Argos Obsidian Spirit Monster. If this monster not being killed for certain amount of time, Prebis just add ability for this monster to cast powerful attack skill with wide area. And then buff effect for this Argos Obsidian Spirit Monster for any surrounding monster around it. Just change from increasing defense to become increasing damage reduction rate and also attack power for some monster around this special monster. And then for Olun Valley Dekia Lantern Tier 2, they just add Heart of Olun monster that appear when certain monster of group is spawned. And if you hit this Heart of Olun for certain number of time, this monster will destroy. And if you destroy it, you also can get additional loot from this Heart of Olun new monster. So I think you can get more silver from this additional monster. But if you didn't defeat this Heart of Olun that appear for certain amount of time, this monster will cast powerful attack with wide area. And then some improvement for Dark Secret Retreat Monster Zone following on this list when you defeating special monster on this area. And then some improvement for worker user interface. In future you can change worker skill even your worker still working. So you didn't need to wait your worker to stop working to change its skill. And then for worker exchange menu, they just improve this worker exchange menu. So you can check number of worker that you have on this worker exchange menu for specific city or village that your own. And Prebis also just add sort function for this worker exchange by registration order, grade, and level. and then huge quality of life for mate and butler storage. After this update, Priebus will add auto move function when you using storage mate or butler remotely, so you can click this move all button to move any item on your character inventory to storage directly if your storage have similar item on your character inventory. And the good news, condition for moving item using mate and butler still same as before. Mate and butler can be used once for every 100 LT item, and auto move item will be available for mate count limit that you have on your account. And if there are no enough available mate or butler for moving any item on your character inventory to storage, they only move item from top list on your character inventory. And then for any minor fix and change, I think all of this not too a big deal. Okay, that's all feature update of Black Desert that Priebus already announced officially on last Global Lab update at 7 February 2025. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Doki, Ayrton, Snot, Soren, Afrilka, Elfamilia, Zenkyun, Spacebar Jazz as gold member. And also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.